Hello and welcome to Hixxy Studio. Today we are going to be looking at how to make this little gift box. First of all, I'll show you how to make the box itself, and then we are going to use one of the lovely little decoupage pieces from Janine Art's Butterfly Touches 3D push out. And you get 4 in the collection. This is the one that I'll be using today. This is the one that's on the box, and this is the one I'll be showing you how you put together. But also in the collection, there are 3 others. This one with the cactus and the birds. This one with the bowls and this lovely sort of outside seating part. And then this one with the lovely cups and saucers and the macaroons, whichever you like to say, whichever you think. Okay, so let's put those to one side then, and let's look first of all at how we make this box. It's probably one of the simplest boxes to make, and I think it's the first one that I ever made. And when I used to do craft stalls, particularly around Christmas, I used to make quite a few of these and sell them. If I undo it, famous last words, I won't be able to get it back done again. It literally is made from a rectangular piece of card, and you can make these from any size piece of rectangular card. The process is still the same. The box opens just like that, and then you pull it back together and tie it. So this is the rectangle that I'm going to work from, and if you want to know the measurements, let's put it on my board. It is 10 inches by 5. You will find that those proportions, sort of like half the width to the length, work best. But you can do it, like I say, whatever. If you had it square, you'd end up with a much more sort of squat kind of box. But the principle is the same. So I'm going to get my scoreboard and we're going to score this. So we know that this length is 10 inches. So I want to score it in half. So I'm going to score it at 5. Okay. Okay, she says, does that look right? Yes, it does. Of course it does. Okay, so I'm going to score it at 5. Okay, so we've done it in half. Now, what you then need to do is you need to find the halfway point on the shorter edges. And shorter, blah, blah, blah. Try that again, on the shorter ends. Okay, so a little mark there, and I'm going to turn around and a little mark there. Okay, now the idea is you now need to score from here to here, here to here, and so on. So I always, when I'm doing this, I put my my scoring tool in one of the grooves and take it down to the bottom. So I know I'm in the 4 inch groove. So I line that up at the top. I bring this up so I can see where the 4 inch line is there, and I make sure that's not wobbled. And then I can score down. Okay, so bring my thing down there. Check that I'm still in the 4 inch at the top. And then, oh, I might have slipped a little bit there. Sorry. Okay, and then we turn it around. We do the same. Line that up with the 4. Bring this up. Corner here. And score like so. And then again, this up. Line that up at the top. And then our final score there. Okay, so that's all of our scoring done, and we're just going to now just to fold and burnish those with our bone folder or a paper creaser, whatever you have, whatever you call it, just so that those folds, see that one I've not quite got in the right place, but not to worry, they all fold over. Okay, so and that's how our box works. So the next thing to do is to punch your holes. So you kind of what I tend to do is I tend to just eyeball the first one. Now you don't want it to be too high up, otherwise it's going to pull out. So I'm just going to put a dot there, And I have my very ancient crocodile, but that still does a jolly good job in punching holes. And I'm going to punch a hole there. I'm then going to bring it back up together. And I'm going to then go through that dot and make another dot. So I threw that hole to make the other dot. So I know that they're going to line up. So I'm not going to be struggling to thread my ribbon through. Okay, so that's one side. Okay, and so what I tend to do now, if I move it that way, what I tend to do now is I look, and you can probably see the hole here. So I tend to kind of eyeball roughly in line with that over here. I'm a very much and sort of a one for doing things by eye. I do understand that some of you prefer to measure, but I don't think I've done too bad a job there. And again, I will just mark through here, crocodile, and that's the mark. Yep, just check I've got that on the mark, and then there. Okay, so that's the box itself made. And we just thread the ribbon through so that it's all tied up and ready. I've already pre-cut the ends of this bit of ribbon. Okay, and you just need to make sure that you don't do that. So like you've got an in, out, in, out. So make sure one side is in and the other side is out. Then you will just thread, and you know, on this is going to be, it's going to look harder than it should be. This normally doesn't take me very long to do, but I can see today it's going to. Right, here we go. It might be because I pre-cut the ends. I bet that's what it is, because they're all kind of jagged. Let's see. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. So I pulled it through. I reckon that's why it's not going through. I think it's because I've cut that and they're not nice and sort of straight together. What I might do, just to make my life easier, is just to cut those off. And then we'll see if that's easier. Okay, so then I need to thread it through the inside here. Yes, definitely easier. And then I need to thread it through the outside one here. There you go. It was definitely because I had tried to be organised and pre-cut the end of the ribbon. So I'm just going to go back and I'll do both of those at the same time. The reason I cut the ends of the ribbon is it stops it from fraying. It also looks nice, but I mean, predominantly the reason is to stop it from fraying. Okay, so here is our ribbon all cut, and we can tie the box up. So the box itself is made. We just now need to look at the decoration. So I'm going to get hold of the decoupage and show you. I'm going to put this out and show you how easy it is to get out. So now I'm using one where I have already popped bits out, but that doesn't make any difference really. And I'm going to use an old mouse mat, the back of an old mouse mat, and I'm going to take my largest ball tool, and literally I am just going to go over the top and go round, and see that's almost out as it is. And I'm going to grab my little scissors. You just need anything that has not quite come out, just a tiny little snip there. That's now out. Same over the butterfly. See, that's come out. Again, one little bit. One teeny tiny little bit there to snip. And then we've got, so if you're not familiar with the decoupage, in here, decoupage is built up in layers, and this gives you the layer. So this is the bottom layer, layer one. That little butterfly that I've taken out, and this one I'm about to, is the next layer. So the layer that you put on the top of that full image. And the idea is that it makes the image look three-dimensional. So on this bit, we've got a little bit there and a little bit there. Okay, so that's layer two. And then you see this is now layer 3, so this will go on the top of that. Again, just give it a little bit of a run over with the ball tool. I think we've got someone coming through. Layer 3, and then we have layer 4. Almost out. And there we go. So you can just snip it out, but it really does make it so much easier if you just run the ball tool over the back of it. So we now have our layers. Now, if you really like your decoupage, this is something you can do in front of the telly and have these pre-made ready for when you want to pop them onto your cards or whatever it is you're making. So this is decoupage paper. It's not card like some of the sort of die cut decoupage that we get. This is decoupage paper, and what it lends itself to is to being molded, and you can use your bone folder for that. So you get some more depth. Now, if you do it too much, then you can distort the image slightly, but you want a little bit of interest going on here. There we go, that's our little butterfly. So that will be our layer 2. I'm going to go ahead and do these layers as well, so I can, once I start putting them together, I haven't got to stop to shape them. And then the last layer, which is this part of the butterfly. Okay. Okie dokie. Right, so let's get some 3D glue gel, and we're going to assemble this piece of the decoupage. You don't have to cover the whole bit in glue, but the bits you want to be raised, I might put a little bit there. You need to, and when you're doing this, and I'm sorry if you lose it because my head's over the top, you really do want to be looking right over the top of what you're doing to make sure that you are lining everything up properly. Okay, I don't know why I'm looking at the overhead camera. I'm sorry, it must look a bit weird. Yeah, so you do need to just get yourself over the top just to make sure that you are putting everything in line. Okay. Oh, so I put it in a line and then I knock it out of line. Yeah, sounds about right. Okay, so that was layer 2. So now I've got layer 3. If you don't have glue gel, you can use foam pads. And obviously, if you use foam pads, then you know it's usable instantly. I prefer to use 3D glue gel, but what that does mean is that you do have to allow it. Right, I'm going to take that bit off because I can see what I've done. I put the dimensional bit here, but I actually want this bit to stick down. So I just want to put a bit of glue there. So that is also going to catch so that that bit stays down. And then the butterfly wing comes up. I'm just going to have to push that back up. Okay, so I would then leave that to set, yeah, because it's already sliding off. So I'm just going to move it to one side where it's not going to be a problem. And this is another one that came from the same set. So it's this set. So this is the one that's on the box I made. This is the one that we've just put together, and this is the third one from this sheet. Okay. Now, what we need is this triangular mat. Now, I've already told you that I used a piece of card 10 inches by 5 inches. So what I need to do now is I need to cut a piece of stamping card and I've written the measurements down because otherwise I will forget them. I need a piece of stamping card that is 4 3/4 by 4 7/8. Okay, so I'm going to actually, because I know I do things by eye a lot, but when you are dealing with shapes like triangles where you need to be fairly accurate, then you need to do it sort of to measurement. So we'll go 4 3/4 across here. And what do we need? 4 7/8. So 2, 4, 6, and then halfway. 4 7/8. Okay. And just grab my trimmer. And we will trim that down. Okay, might just go across just slightly. Take that off. Right, okay. So, have I got that? You know, I'm looking at that and wondering if I've actually got that right. I think I've gone wrong somewhere, but not to worry, we can fix it. No, I am right. Okay, so this will just fit across there, and then what we're going to do. Right. Which bit's 4 3/4? This bit. So this bit is the bit that's going to go across here. And what I need to do is to find the midpoint here. And it's not always easy when you've got like 4 7/8. So I'm literally going to put it on my board, and I'm going to find my thing. So we are looking at 2. The 2.5 would be too many. We're looking roughly there. We're going to have to go for a roughly on this. I think that will be fine. I might go for just to the side of it. We can always change. So I've made a little mark, which is roughly halfway. And I am going to, I might just pencil mark that because I can't see it. Roughly there. Okay. So I am going to cut from the pencil mark to the corner. Like that. And I'm going to do the same on the other side, from the bottom corner to that pencil mark. Now I'm just going to check before I put my trimmer away that that's going to fit. And it will. Okay, so we're all good to go. Excellent. So basically what you need to do when you're making your triangle part is to have a piece of card that is just slightly smaller than the width of the bottom of the box, and just slightly smaller than the length from sort of the bottom to that tip. And if you have like a piece of card that dimensions and cut it in the same way that I have, it will fit onto your box. Okay, now on this one, I used, I think it was scattered straw and salty ocean. Oh, indeed, yeah. I'm just realised I've got the wrong ink pad out. Just bear with me a moment. What did I do with that one? I tell you what, we'll just go on with what we've got, and we'll just make sure I do it quite lightly. So I'm going to go with wild honey and fired brick to make a background for this to sit on. Okay, so I'm going to use wild honey for the majority of it, but I'm going to do it quite lightly, and hopefully it will kind of pick up this orange tone of that top parcel there. But it wasn't the one that I had originally intended, but I'm not sure what I've done with it. So we're just gonna go with it. That's not too bad, is it? It's quite a nice bright. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Oh, we're just gonna go over this with our wild honey. Distress oxides I'm using. Distress oxide, fabric, and wild honey. So wild honey to kind of make the main background, and then we're going to go around the edge with fired brick, which should tone in with the bottom of these parcels on the little decoupage. So put that to one side. Let's get our fired brick. Okay, so I'm literally just feathering that red in over the top, which is one of the beauties of these brushes, that you get this lovely kind of feathering effect, which you can't generally get with sponges, or not in such a neat and even way. There we go. Okay, there's our piece of matte created, so that's going to sit on there. So let's get our glue, and we'll clean up the ink in a moment. Hopefully my fingers aren't too inky. Oh, pick it up, pick it up. Oh, butterfingers. Right, here we go. So we're going to put some glue onto this triangle, and we are going to glue that to here. I'm just going to slide it slightly up, up and over. There we go. And then I am going to glue a little present on there. Okay. And you can then embellish how you like. I'll use some pearls on this one. You can leave it. You could use some buttons. Yeah, so a nice, simple, straightforward box to make that you can decorate in any way you like. And in this case, we've used the beautiful Janine's Art even Butterfly Touch 3D push outs. Thank you for joining me.